everybody, welcome to yet another level 1 to rank 1 video. So I'm sitting at about level 4 or 5 right now, and I figured I'd go ahead and play my first blind pick game. So in this game, I'm going mid lane. I'm going to be teaching you a bit about how to play in the mid lane, and I'm playing Annie, because Annie is one of the easiest champions to play, to start off with. I mean, it's as simple as that, really. She's a bit on the easier side as far as how her mechanics work, so I think she's a good one to pick up and learn. And you're gonna see she does a decent bit of damage too. So the first thing, let's go ahead and pause this so I can get a bit of disclaimer going. So when you're starting off these low levels, they're not gonna give you any runes. You can't customize a whole lot yet. So it starts me off with, looks like Arcane Comet. Not exactly the ideal rune for Annie, but we're gonna try to put it to good use. So let's analyze Arcane Comet. So Comet is a spell that will, when you hit somebody with one of your spells, it'll shoot a meteor at them. So naturally, if you can hit someone with a spell that either slows or stuns them, that means you have a higher percentage chance to hit that meteor. And I'm gonna try to keep my percentage high throughout this game on landing the meteor. So that means for Annie, her passive is every 4th spell, she stuns her target with her next spell cast. So her Q is a single target, so, you know, if I have spell up and I hit, or if I have the stun up and I hit her with her Q, somebody with their Q, 100% I'm gonna land the Comet. Same thing with her W, which is an AoE ability. And then her ult, obviously, as well, is a massive AoE ability. So to start off, we're just going to get Q. Now her Q resets mana and most of the cooldown if you kill a minion. So the name of this game so far is, I'm going to be trying to kind of either keeping the lane frozen when I want to deny, or pushing in order to keep this Irelia on the back foot. And the reason I push in these games, and I don't necessarily always recommend it because you have to know what you're doing. So I know Warwick's going to be doing jungle camp, so I can go ahead and start pushing immediately. Warwick's not going to come at me level 1, or he's not going to come level 2 either, probably. Especially being low level. The one thing you want to do is, if you're going to be pushing, you have to be getting vision down. So I'm going to be looking to farm. I'm just going to be throwing down, farm, using my Q to farm minions. I don't know why you'll notice, okay, so here I have my stun up, and you can see it indicated here. If I can land a stun... If I can land a spell on her now, well, now it's gone, but if I land a spell on her, how do I lock it? There we go. Okay, it should be staying on me now. If I if I have my stun up, I'm gonna throw my spell on her and try to get my Comet damage off. So I'm just gonna keep farming these minions with my Q. Annie is so good at efficiently farming minions with her Q. And I do a pretty bad job of it, actually, if I remember here. Yeah, missed that one. Get that one. So I've got my stun up. I'm going to try not to use it on these minions. And she's already taken a little bit of harass. I'm going to go ahead and use her on Q if I get in range. It's going to be a free stun and spell damage from my Comet. Boom! And it lands. That's an extra... Let's see how much it does. That's an extra 45 ability power right now, or 45 magic damage that I'm doing to her when I hit that. So that helps, and then every time I hit her with a spell, it reduces my cooldown a little bit. And here, she's just gonna go ahead and tank a bunch of minions and die. Nothing big. So, as she goes down, I need to make sure I have vision. I don't have any vision right now, and why do I not really worry? Because I see Warwick's top. So I can keep pushing. I don't have to worry about things. Even though she's going to teleport in, I still have mana, I still have health. I'm good. She doesn't even teleport in with anything as far as... Okay, I've got to... Okay. So we know Warwick was top, we saw him on the map, we don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my ward down because I no longer see Warwick. And you're going to see this actually saves my bacon in a second. So Warwick's coming down. Okay, maybe not, he just walked straight in the lane. Almost dies. Again, I'm not really worried about this Warwick. She's going to walk up and do some stuff, but at this point she's too weak to really do anything. Okay, almost killed Warwick here. Yeah. So again, I'm just trying to stay in my minion wave. I can tank harass a little bit because I just can. The minion's harass isn't going to be so awful that it kills me. And so I'm going to constantly be in her wave, telling her, hey, you want to come into this range? Annie's spell damage, or attack range, I don't know how you see that, is about to where my cursor is. So she can attack you. If she's sitting right here in her minions, she can attack you over here. So you cannot step up into your minion wave to get minions. So she denies so efficiently. Right there I could have died, but I'm out of mana at this point. So at this point it's time to just go back. I might try to farm 1 or 2 more minions, but it really is just time for me to get on out of here. In fact, if Warwick came back for me, this would be probably free kill, especially with me not having Ghost up. Looks like he decided to go for the crab instead, so, you know, a misplay by me that he could have easily punished, and if you're a jungler, you know that I don't have Ghost. In that situation, I'm out of mana, run me down. That's a free gank right there. Alright, so what are my next steps at this point? I'm just farming up. What I want to go ahead and do is Annie. And I think this is a good... I'm gonna go and kill her again, I guess. Okay. A good rule of thumb as a mid laner, all the time, is go ahead and rush your boots. As a mid laner, you want to have completed boots, not only because the more mobility you have, the more you can roam, the more you can dodge, the more you can be safe. You can do so much with mobility, but also because the upgraded sword boots instantly give you magic penetration, which means instant damage. You don't have to build any ability power, you're instantly doing extra damage. And so you're gonna see I go back. I actually believe I pick up my boots, but I pick up a Mejai's first, and I don't recommend doing this to start out unless you're just so confident. I pick up Mejai's because I know for a fact I'm going to be able to get to full stacks. So Mejai's is an item that as you kill enemies, you get stacks of damage, and if you die, you lose those stacks. So it's basically feast or famine. You either absolutely steamroll people, or you die, you gamble, you bet it all, you lose it, and there goes a lot of your gold efficiency. But I'm going to build it because I know for a fact I can stomp these kids, and I want this game to be over quicker than not, you know. I don't want to be playing all day in this game. So I build that. One thing you'll notice I do is I build 2 Doran's rings here, and the reason I do that is because Annie doesn't exactly have mana issues, but she doesn't also... She has decently high mana costs. And there's a fight going on right now. I'm not really paying attention to it because I have no intention to take these 2 on just yet until my Tibbers is up. But again, Annie doesn't have the worst mana problems, but she does have high mana costs. And so if I'm using abilities on other people, I'm not getting that cooldown reduction, or the mana reduction refund for my Q. Which means I need a little bit extra mana. So getting 2 Doran's rings not only gives me extra mana regen, I'm gonna go ahead and kill her again. It gives me more ability power and more health. So it's just a bit more of early game power. And I'm doing that to supplement the fact that I got a Mejai's. Because getting the Mejai's means I don't really get any stats other than damage as I kill. So I need to get a little bit of supplemented damage and regen there. And that's what I do, is get the Doran's ring. And here, you can see, I'm pretty good. I'm toying with this guy. He actually comes close to beating me. But nah, that's not enough. And so I've already got 8 stacks of Mejai's. That's 40 extra ability powder. That's pretty huge, honestly. And so what I've been doing in these fights is I've just been using my Q on minions, getting my stun. And as soon as I have my stun, I hit E to get a movement speed burst. It gives you a huge burst of it, actually. And then I run in and hopefully use my ult on Irelia and just instantly blow her up. You don't even need Ignite. And he does so much damage. And so here you can see I did go ahead and finish my sword boots. So the number one thing I'd say, if you're going an AP mid, first of all, build mana. Build something that gives you mana, whether it's Tear or it's Luden's Echo or Rod of Ages. Build something that gives you mana, because if you don't know how to efficiently use your spells, you're going to be running out of mana all the time. And mana allows you to clear waves, it allows you to pick up kills, allows you to be safe. So definitely pick that up. For me, I don't really worry about mana, and I would, if you start feeling comfortable with the spells of a champion, like say Annie, you know you're not going to ever run out of mana, don't itemize mana. There's better routes you can go. So one of the routes you should be going, especially in this meta, is magic penetration. So any item that has magic penetration, so for this example, like I said, Sorcery's Boots, gives you 18 magic penetration immediately. And you can see I can just basically blow this Irelia up. Boom, there she goes again. At this point, she's just giving me Magi stacks. Again, so this gives you magic penetration, and then I'm going to be building Oblivion Orb, which also gives you magic penetration. We'll be going a bit more over itemization later on. I don't want to go over it just yet, but this is kind of some way you can start to build yourself. Since I did go for the Megis, it also makes sense to go ahead and go for Rabadons, because if I get max stacks of Megis, it'll be amplified that much more by Rabadons, and Rabadons will benefit greatly from having that stacks. So again, I know that I have vision right here, and Warwick could run me down from this way, but generally speaking, Warwick's not going to be able to kill me anyway. And Irelia's not back yet. She can't kill me. So I'm just going to essentially keep beating down on this tower. Let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit. I'm going to bait with recalling here. Looks like I may actually go back. I do. And I go ahead and get the Oblivion Orb. So, at this point in the game, aside from stacking Megis, I'm about as strong as I can be. Now, I will get... Later in the game, you'll see I get even stronger. That's not typical. At this point in the game as an Annie, you would be the strongest possible, really, damage-wise. Because you have 33 magic penetration, which means you're almost negating that nobody has magic resist on their team. You're basically doing true damage on all your spells to them. And I have a little bit of survivability between my Doran's rings that I bought and my Oblivion Orb. And so I'm just stacking Megis at this point. And having all this damage, it's going to be pretty easy to stack Megis. What am I also going to do? Push tower. Annie is so good at pushing the lanes where there's no wave clear on the other team. So I'm just going to get vision down. I know Warwick's there. I think Warwick backs off because he gets scared. I don't blame him. What does that mean? Now that I know he's gone, I know where Irelia is. I'm paying attention to the map while I'm sitting here autoing. I'm just going to take turret. You could go help your team, but frankly, the best thing you can do is go ahead and take tower here. It's gold, it's first tower gold, it's plates, and the more power I put on myself, the less I have to worry about my teammates and worry about how they're doing. Because at some point, they don't matter to me. This game is a team game, but being able to solo carry is definitely a thing. Maybe less so than it once was, but it's still a thing. And so this is a free tower. Irelia's gonna walk up. I'm gonna kill her. Doesn't really take anything, just spam your abilities on her. And I'm gonna keep pushing. Annie is also really good because she can push with Tibbers. Tibbers tanks and gives your minion waves, lets them stack up so you can control minion waves. So great with her. Her wave management is just insane. And Tibbers also takes towers, which is just makes her so good at pushing. Once you're alone in a lane and you clear with your W, here I'm just gonna walk through and get a kill. And you can see I'm about 1 or 2 kills away from having the stacked Megis. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back, and let's see what I do here. So I'm gonna immediately start building for that Rabadons. I see 20 stacks of Megis. That means I have 120 AP. That means I'll get 40% of that. So what's 40% of 120? Like 50? Let's say it's like 50 or 45. I'll get 50 or 45 extra AP once I finish Rabadons. Pick up another kill. And you know, I could be roaming, but at this point, I know anybody they send to me will die. So I'm just gonna stay mid. I have Tibbers down. That means I get towers. Tibbers lets you push. And they are gonna send somebody to kill me. And I'm gonna blow her up. And don't do this. Don't be doing this kind of stuff. Don't get all full of yourself. I fortunately am able to get out. And I do have my max Megis now, so that's 145 ability power, that's insane. But don't be doing stuff like that. Get your tower, get your kill, walk out. Just don't be trying to 1v5 unless you know for a fact you can, which I knew I could. Alright, so I pick up my Rabadon, so look at that. Rabadon's already gives me 120 AP, it's giving me an extra 142 AP. I currently have... let's see, almost 500 ability power, and I've basically only built one actual mage item so far. Right now I am the strongest I will ever be in this game. And I'm just gonna do what I've been doing, stay mid with Tivers, and burst people down with my abilities. So inhibitor goes down. I think right here what I would do is eventually, once you've taken an inhibitor, go ahead and start working other lanes. Me, I'm just gonna stay mid and try to burst people down. This is something you can do if they don't. Like, ideally their teammates would come back and they'd hold mid. They don't, so I'm just gonna stay mid and kill people and push. Like, she has to flash. I mean, right now I'm so ridiculously strong. Gonna go ahead and back here and start building Zanyas. Why? Just because if I'm 1v5ing, I need to be able to survive a little bit longer. And here I get more kills. Again, I'm just running down mid over and over and using my stun and my damage to kill people. If I wanted to take this seriously, I'd be in other lanes right now. Bye. I think I make a mistake here. I do, I die. Oh, well, game probably could have been over if I didn't die right then. So one thing I will say is, if you're ahead this much, keep note of the death timers. You're going to be dead for a long time. This game wants the other team to come back, so you are going to stay dead. Here, I'm going to run them down, kill. And I just want this game to be over. I'm going to want to kill. Probably could have ended the game. I chose to go for kills because I'm dumb. Gotta finish, I don't even know what I'm building at this point. Again, just build AP, build some survivability. At this point, game's over. I'm just gonna rush it down and end the game. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit. I plan to go a little bit more in depth with these kinds of gameplays, because I feel like when you're seeing me stomp people, it's not quite the most informative. But I hope you learned a little bit from kind of how I itemized my playstyle. You can see my lane's the only one that actually did anything. I mean, we got one tower here, but our top was just getting pushed in, our bottom was getting pushed in, and I just cleaned house down mid. So thanks for watching, y'all, and I hope you have the great rest of your day.